Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com, and I'm here to help you kind of start to discover what it's going to take to find peace in your life as a new cancer survivor. So one of the discussions I've had lately are the type of books that I've been reading or that I've read that really help motivate me to get myself into a position to where I know what I want to do as a survivor, right? And I wanted to share a couple of those with you today. But before we go into those, I want to discuss why reading is so important. And the main reason why it is it just helps it helps open your mind up into a different aspect that you may not be used to, right? Helps open your mind and be open to other ideas and different avenues and ways to think that really might help in the long run when it comes to understanding what your purpose is in your life now that you are a survivor. I had a number of books that I read right after my final treatment and stem cell transplant that kind of led me down the path of really one, enlightenment, and two, conscious growth and development, which has kind of led to this ultimate way of just feeling at peace with where I am in life and where I want to be and where I'm going. So, with that said, this first book, fundamentally helped change my perspective of how I approach pretty much everything in my life now. It all started out with just trying to understand, one, why I went through cancer, and two, why was I feeling so many weird things. And this book ended up helping me with the understanding of how to approach circumstances and situations that come across in your life every day. And this one really connected with me. It's called Mindset by Carol Dweck, and I actually keep this one on my iPad or on my Kindle, so I can get it on my phone and get it everywhere. Let's see if you can see that there. Mindset by Carol Dweck, and it's a psychology book, and it talks about the new psychology of success and what it takes to start going through it. The book talks about going through the psychology of the mindset, whether it's a growth mindset or a negative mindset, from with little kids, and how that kind of creates a whole future of everything that goes on for those kids, and how it kind of can translate and reverberate as you get older also. This one really resonated with me. It helped me take a step back and really understand why I had the feelings that I do and why I was thinking the way that I was, right? So that book is, I would say, one of the first books you need to read right off the bat. It's a psychology book, so it's a little hard to read, but there's some good stories in it and some good ways that they make, or that she is able to help justify the reasoning behind everything that goes on with your mindset, right? You probably have noticed also recently that a lot of social media and gurus out there that are business gurus they talk a lot about mindset and how important it is to have a growth mindset and what it is that they do to help build their businesses and whatever. And I think that can also be applied to the psychology of what it is it takes to go through life after cancer, and for me and everyone that follows, is to help them find peace also. So highly suggest you get that book. I've read it probably 4 or 5 times at this point. Love it. Great book. The second book is a book by Kevin Hall called Aspire. And this book was actually, I went to a seminar in Utah um, where he was a speaker, and I actually got a signed copy of this one too, which is pretty cool. And he his book talks, he has 11 or 12 words in here that he goes through and defines, and then adds stories to each one and why he chose this word to build his book around. And it is quite a it's a good book because it helps kind of break down some words that we all like to use now that we're survivors, that we can relate to and we can talk to people about, and this was one of the first books I read after cancer, because I was doing a bunch of kind of growth seminars and trying to get better at just understanding who I was and what I wanted. So highly suggest you check out Aspire. This is a good book. It just feel good book that is pretty easy to read, and it helps put into perspective a lot of really good words that will help you kind of focus on what is going on with the next part of your life. And then the last and final book, gotta throw it out there, is my book, The Internal Architect. Yeah, this is my blueprint that I wrote, after going through cancer, that has kind of helped put me on the path of just conscious growth and personal development and enlightenment. And it was something that I wanted to do after cancer, because I wanted, one, to get my story out, and two, I had a lot of ideas and things that I was already working on to get to this point of peace that I was really desiring. And I got it all written down, and I wrote it out and went through the entire process of publishing and learning about the copy editing and everything that goes along with writing a book. Not a long book. It's like 85 pages or something. And you can get it on Amazon. Just look up internalarchitect.com and check it out. This has really helped a lot of people. And I've had such good feedback by it that it's definitely worth a read. Yeah, take a check at it, and then and let me know what you think. Just remember, reading is just so important. It's just a better way to kind of deal with the after effects and help keeping your mind kind of in a mentally strong area of time and understanding, to not let you kind of go back into a negative mindset, that is talked about by Carol Dweck. Start small. You start doing 15 minutes. If you are in the bathroom, you got a couple minutes away from kids, or you're by yourself or whatever, just spend a couple minutes, 10-15 minutes to start with, and then kind of work your way up into it. And next thing you know, you'll be reading for an hour. You won't have the TV on. You'll really appreciate the quiet, and it kind of helps settle your mind down too after a long, crazy day of working and dealing with the stresses now that you're back to work too. So I hope this has been a helpful video. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.